Howdy, y'all. My name is Price, and welcome back to some more Epic Chef. Oh, what's this going on? Hello? Hello? What is it? How you holding in there? Need anything? I have no need for produce. I see. Want us to talk about how to lift that curse? You want to embark on a lifetime quest to find another rod of domination? Nope. Then it would seem the curse will be here to stay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go get a rod of domination. All right, y'all, how's it going? Welcome back to some Epic Chef. First and foremost, y'all let me know that sauces don't even matter over here, so that's good to know. They only really matter in chef battles. So, it's been about a week again since I have played. Last time we kind of unlocked a bunch of stuff. We went into the deep forest, which I would like to explore. Ooh, Revolution update. Oh, we earned money. Oh, neat. All right, none of these trees are giving me anything. We'll wait before we chop them down. They're doing well on feed. Let's go grab some of that milk. So y'all, yeah, one of the things that y'all kind of let me know, or some of y'all let me know, is like, hey, Price, slow down, okay? You don't need to worry so much. Oh, my inventory's full. You don't need to worry so much about trying to get everything done. You know, we can take this at a little bit of a slower pace. And I think you're right. I think I've been really focusing on... Oh, wow, that's a lot of wood. I've been really focusing on trying to get every single thing done every single day, which it can get overwhelming. So we're going to take a back seat on improving the restaurant for a little bit. I would like to go out and do the quest out in the forest, in the... what do you call it? In the deep forest, where we should have been able to unlock the next zone. You know what, let's take some boards. I want to make some chests real quick, because I've been wanting to do this for a while, and it's just been, it's kind of been on the back burner. One of y'all wanted to remind me that, don't put anything in this area over here because something pops up later. So no worries, I am aware of that. It shouldn't do anything here, right? Let me know if these three are in trouble, but I'm pretty sure we learned that in an early episode, and so I preemptively moved the stuff that was there. Okay, let's learn the controls again. Oh, these just need basic wood? Ah, crap. I had a ton. Well, we'll get some more of that a little bit later. So right now, let's go ahead and we'll check out that deep forest, and then we will... probably come back, work on some stuff around here. One of the things that I had talked to y'all about before was doing some... talking some psychology like I used to do with Stardew Valley. So I may come back, do a little bit of maintenance around the what do you call that place? The mansion, the manor. So that we can't, sorry y'all, it's the beginning of the morning, my voice is a little hoarse. So that we can kind of be a little bit ahead on stuff, so I can have a lot of resources and whatnot. Oh, not that way, huh? We'll figure it out, we'll find it. Oh, that's the edge of the forest, okay. Not that way. All right, then it must be to the right a little bit. So yeah, I would like to do that, and so once we get there, I can talk a little bit about some of the questions y'all had, and maybe open the floor for some other discussions. Ooh. I thought it was all the way up, but maybe I have to go... Okay. Oh, Irwin tree. Wow, impressive tree. Oh, there's some squash fruit around. I'll take some seeds for my place. Is this the area that they opened up? Maybe this is the area they opened up and they're just gone? So, let me look around here for some more of that stuff. Because then I think they would have been... Let's see. Oh, I think I need to go back again. Like, then they would have been maybe here? Y'all let me know if that's how it's supposed to be. I got the Irwin seeds, which is awesome. We know we need the Irwin fruit. Let's see if there's anything else around here. Let's see. It's 6 p.m. already? Wow, time really flew. Maybe going through this forest really burns through the time, because wow, it's been almost a full day, y'all. Cheese Louise. Well, we got our Irwin seeds, So let's go ahead. Is it this way? Let's go ahead and plant those. Okay. Wow, so that they can pop up in the morning. Maybe we can get some of that Irwin fruit. Jeez, that was like 5 minutes and the day is over. But that's okay. So we can work on some stuff. What goes on here? The revolution. The dishes don't have enough spirit for our liking. It's a real wasted opportunity. Okay, so we will try and get some more spirit food. Okay. So, wow, I can't believe that. That's bonkers. Let's go into our inventory. Let's grab those Irwin seeds. And we'll hopefully be able to create more Irwin seeds from maybe Irwin fruit. Get a bunch of these up and going so we can get a lot of the Irwin fruit and be kind of ahead on that stuff. Well, I'm going to go ahead and chop down some trees. And then we can work on setting up our new chests. And yeah, let's see. Nope. How do I do it? Aha. Boop, boop. There we go. It always takes a little bit for me to remember. But yeah, I would really like to get some chests up. I have a lot of different foods now that I need to check into. Oh, why did the frame rate drop a little bit there? Let's hope it picks back up. My goodness. Yeah, that's bizarre. Maybe it's my computer. Maybe it's the new OBS update. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. But yeah, I don't know why that's happening, y'all. Hopefully it's not something that bothers y'all too much. Because it definitely bothers me. Those aren't apple trees, right? Or those are plain trees too. So yeah, we'll get these up and going because we have stuff like milk that needs a chest. We have stuff like there's so many different animals that we could have individual chests for. We're going to need chests for fish now. So a lot of stuff we're going to want to get done. Sorry for only having like one episode a week on this so far. It's just A, there's a lot of games I'm playing. B, Played Up has been taken up like my whole life. But y'all are really loving the Played Up. A lot of people are coming from outside the channel and joining the channel for Played Up. And so, you know, it's something that while I'm enjoying the heck out of it, I would like to give y'all as much as possible. So if you're not into Played Up and you've been like, Price, where's all this other stuff I love? My apologies. And I will be trying to get ahead on this stuff. I've been trying to reduce the length of my Played Up episodes so I have more time to work on other things like this game. We've also got Wildermyth going on right now, which is basically from my streams, which after the next episode, I think I'm going to have to do more on stream because I haven't for a little bit. Okay. Is that as much as we can get? No? Get one more, it seems like. I like to have a row of 2, I think, in between. Yeah. How many more of these can I make? Oh. Come on. Come on. Because I want to make as many as I can. This is our kind of like little storage area. And I could put some fences around this to kind of make it a little more organized. And, you know, we can start extending them in the other direction. Okay, we're out of stuff there. All right. Gonna have to go to bed. I don't think... Will it let me even put stuff in storage right now? So, for now, we're going to just put them in individual storages. I'll probably organize the storages later. So this one will be our crab storage. This will be our... When I say individuals, what I mean is... like, move all of the stuff in here that's... like, let's take all the crabs out, and we can make this like a rat chest. And then we'll move the eggs and have an egg chest. Because I want one individual item per chest. Makes it easier for me to know what's there, what I've got, and then I don't have to kind of constantly be like, wait, where's what? Where's this thing? Where's that thing? And once the chest is full, I don't have to get any more of that item. Whereas, you know, I'm running around grabbing stuff all the time. Y'all let me know some stuff about fishing. So like when you're fishing, you don't have to use bait, and you'll pick up seaweed and then you can use the seaweed as bait. Let's get rid of you. The apples I need to get rid of. This rat I can put in there. Mandragora I can put in here. Do we have a seaweed chest? We do not, which means I think I put it in with something else. Let's just check real quick. Or I just don't have any. Oh. Give me that milk. Let's go. Speaking of milk, I have been slowly trying to learn Dutch on Duolingo because Chrissy and I will be traveling to the Netherlands in May. And so, you know, I'm doing a little bit of it. I might practice some of it with y'all. Right now, it's such basic stuff. It's like, de vrouwen eten de milk. So it's like, the women eat the milk. Or and you don't even eat milk. De vrouwen drinken de milk. That kind of stuff. So I will be maybe doing that here and there, just on accident, just because I am doing it so frequently in my day-to-day life. Okay, we'll take a nap. I might be like getting some foods together. Maybe we'll try and make some foods for the restaurant, like a high spirit food and maybe a high, maybe like one high one of each if we can. I think that would be a good move. So the other thing is I should probably do some more fishing, see what other fish I can get. Is there water in any other place that might have different stuff? That's my question. All right, how are we doing on tomatoes? We could use a couple more tomatoes. And I should make some seeds of everything so we're not like totally off on that. There's an Irwin tree. Nice. Oh, wait, nope, those are apples. I can turn the apples into seeds, for example. I can turn, let's grab one more of these, into seeds. Let's grab like 2 apples so I can make more apple seeds. Again, it's not like I need them because I have so many of these, but why not kind of get ourselves ahead a little bit? Is it this one? No, it's this guy, right? Yes. So let's get 2 of y'all. And if you just spam it, it allows you to do multiples at once. Which item is spirit? I think it's blue. Okay, nothing on the Irwin tree yet, so we will let it continue. I don't want to mess with it. Let's see if we can't figure out what foods we have that are high in spirit, which I believe is the yellow one. Or the blue one, rather. Actually, can I check? Can I check anywhere? Let me think. Where is like a... How to play. I bet there's a thing here. Ingredients, ingredient flavors. Okay. Vigor, spirit, sophistication. Okay, cool. Blue is spirit, like I had wanted. So, Mandragora's got an 8. What's me got? A 6, but it's got more vigor. Not like I can't use that necessarily, but, you know, we want to make sure we do stuff that is the most beneficial. Like I said, y'all let me know in the comments that I don't need to make sauces for all this stuff that I'm doing at home because it doesn't have an effect at home. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Oh, wait. If we have this with potatoes, it gives a +7. Oh, wait. Do I have 2 in my inventory? No, I have 2 over there. Let's see what the potatoes are like. We'll see if there's any more combos that give bonus spirit. Okay, carrots are +5 when empty, so we could start with carrots. That's a potential. What about potatoes? +5 with tomatoes are only a 3, but then I get a 7 for the combo. We'll maybe look at that. Okay, those are a 2. What about rice? 1.8 times red, but we don't need that. 1.5 times red. +10 with water-based stuff. Okay. I know I probably have gone around and looked at most of these twice. My apologies. Okay, we looked at the meat. We looked at the mandragora. Did we look at the fish? Times 1.8. Ooh, and that'll go well with the mandragora. And what does it go... Oh, if I can get... If I put another fish in here, I get 1.8. Wait, not the mandragora. This guy. So if I do fish, mushroom, that might be a big one. Oh, you can put wood in there. That's right. That's so silly. Egg. What does the egg do again? +7 with potatoes. So I think we'll try and do fish, mushroom if possible. That should be a good one. So let's get our fishing rod. Let's see if I can fish out on our dock out here. So I guess while we do this, I could talk a little psychology. One of the questions that one of y'all had was like, what are my opinions on Freud? You know, that's a big one in psychology. Freud is a kind of, oh, new fish. he's a controversial figure for very obvious reasons. His views essentially went high catch rate for crab. We're very focused on sexuality as being the main component of psychology, which nowadays has been kind of debunked. There we go. So his focus on kind of how psychosexuality leads to our behavior has been pretty much seen as an archaic view. Back then, you know, it was a little more sexist of a society. We still live in a sexist society, but just not as bad as it was back then. And so that kind of played into it, right? Beliefs about women versus men, and how that must be seen through their different views of sexuality. So that has been debunked. However, Freud did contribute to one of the most important factors in psychology, which is the understanding of the subconscious. We had no idea of the concept of a subconscious until Freud came along and said, hey, there's this part of our brain that makes all these decisions and thinks about things and, you know, has a lot of power over us that we have no control over. It does it under the radar. It does it without us really being able to make decisions on it ourselves. Just going to grab some crabs from here so we can go ahead and get a lot of fish. And so that concept of the subconscious really came from Freud. And so with that, you know, we've been able to understand, like I said, that basic principle of how our brain does things without us really knowing about it, which is a foundational, necessary understanding to really be able to conceptualize psychology. And ever since then, psychologists have been able to use that concept of subconscious to really explain a lot of our behaviors, especially the kinds of behaviors that, you know, seem they seem odd. They seem like they don't really make sense in the context. They seem maybe harmful, or they seem like maybe they're short-sighted or dangerous. And so that is what Freud majorly contributed to psychology. So like I said, you know, he's a controversial figure, but pretty much everyone in psychology recognizes the necessity of Freud's views. And that's why we still teach about him. That's why he's still such an important figure. Ooh, new fish! Mud eel. All right. Let's keep on to bull tuna as well. We can maybe get... I want to keep fishing and get like new stuff for recipes. We can see if we can get some good stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the view on Freud. Now, there were a couple of other questions that I asked for some clarification on, so maybe I'll bring those up the next time we do this. But ultimately, you know, I think there's other stuff that I would like to talk about with psychology, just to kind of get like a jump start maybe. And so today I was actually reviewing some research on the concept of mirror neurons. Maybe some of y'all have heard about mirror neurons. But mirror neurons are something that have been mostly studied in primates, but we are primates. We're apes, actually, not monkeys. But essentially what it is there's these features in your, specifically like in your motor cortex and your parietal lobe, which is the part of the brain that is focused on movement, motion, motor skills, everything that has to do with moving your body around. And these mirror neurons work very interestingly. They essentially, the neurons that you fire, so, you know, those of y'all who don't know, neurons are the things that make up your brain. They're kind of the processing centers of the brain. Combinations of neurons, large clusters of neurons make up the different cortices or cortexes of the brain. And those different regions are associated with different components of our personalities and our psychology. So the motor cortex has these, or the parietal lobe, I don't like calling it the motor cortex, has these mirror neurons in it that essentially whenever, like let's say you move your hand and there's certain parts of your parietal lobe that light up because those are what's processing that motor action. Those are what is telling the rest of your body to complete that motor action, what to do. The mirror neurons make it so that not only do those fire when you do the thing, but also if you see someone else do the thing. So these are incredibly important as far as we know. There's still research kind of oh, the bull tuna! There's still research looking into it. It's still a pretty new field of understanding for how much it affects humans. But there's a lot of belief and expectation that as we study this, that in humans, it is a primary factor in how we learn not only how to move and do certain things, but also things like our hand-eye coordination, how it is that we're able to look at something and learn it, and then be able to take that and combine it with other perceptions, like the feelings in our hands when these things happen, and the where we're looking and whatnot, in order to create more complex behaviors. And so this makes sense a lot in primates, in us higher apes, in that, we are very social in nature and we require a lot of learning to do all of the things that we do. Like other species don't necessarily learn. They might be built on instinctual cues. Ooh, plus 15 with Mountain Star. I don't know if we have Mountain Star. And where's that other fish? Where's that eel? Oh, here he is. And he's just water animal, but he gets 10. So, fish, eel could be good, actually. Mountain, do we have mountain is the thing. Probably not on seaweed. Yeah. Egg, probably not either. Oh, potatoes have mountain. I think the problem with this is gonna be, it would have to be like potato, and then fish, and then bull tuna, which maybe that would work because the bull tuna also has that. So maybe we'll try that. Yeah. Potato, fish, bull tuna. We can try that. Let's give it a go. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of spirit. I need to make sure that I'm flipping my food. Aroma doesn't matter. I just need to make sure I'm flipping my food so that it's not burning, which is a mistake I've been making a lot. But I don't need to be gathering the aroma pips. Okay, so we're starting with potato, right? And then fish, and then bull tuna. So, gotta remember my controls again. Okay, B is stir, A is toss. B is stir, A is toss. Add ingredient. Fish, stir a little bit, toss, stir a little bit, toss, and then bull tuna. Okay, there we go. Let's keep it going. Flip. Oh yeah, all right, serve it. Awesome. That's a great one for spirit. Look at that. Gull, egg omelet, and gill salad with salty water. Oh, it wasn't potato. It was egg. I don't know why I was thinking it was potato. Okay, let's get that out of my hand. So let's go take that to the restaurant and see how that goes. So yeah, anyway, these mirror neurons, super interesting. And there's some belief, but no evidence yet. So, don't take this as me saying this is how it works. Take this as this is speculation in the field of psychology. There are people on both sides of this argument. So just know that it is still something, that is being studied, is the concept that perhaps these mirror neurons also help in empathy, in that it would allow, if there's mirror neurons in emotion centers, potentially, in social centers of our brain, then it could be the case that this helps in empathy because we can see someone and then experience their emotions. Now, that said, empathy is something that is not displayed in everyone. Empathy seems to be, I need to eat. Oh no, I don't want to eat. I want to make it a part of the menu. Open the menu. Yeah, let's grab this guy. Go. Oh, that's so good. There we go. Yeah. All right. So now we just need one that's high in sophistication. And then we got a pretty rounded menu. Okay, love it. Love it. What do we need to make more tables again? Probably planks. Oh, what's this? Cook your stuff here. Oh, so I can cook actually here. All right, well, I have a ton of planks at home that we made. I could probably make it home again real quick. And so, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to cover on mirror neurons. Super interesting stuff. Again, it's like a new, relatively new field of psychology, trying to understand that. I personally am very interested in neuroscience. I'm very interested in human perception. So that's, how your senses work and how that communicates with your brain, which, perceptions cause us to have a lot of misunderstandings because everybody perceives the world differently. And so I think that it's a really good thing to, what am I going for? Planks. To recognize the limitations of our perceptions so that you give people the benefit of the doubt, right? A lot of times people are very self-centered, we'll just go ahead and say, in that they believe that their positions, their views, are valid because of what their experience is, and that other people's views that maybe don't line up with theirs are errors on the part of that person not understanding them. The issue there is that just because you understand what you're trying to say or what you're trying to do and the justifications behind that to yourself doesn't mean that other people will understand that. Doesn't mean that other people will experience those interactions in the same way that you will. So it's very, very, very important that you give people the benefit of the doubt, that you are sure to understand that mistakes can be mistakes and that people should be allowed to make those mistakes and apologize and repair for them. And also, be ready and willing to understand that that may be how people work. And how you work, right? You may be misunderstanding people and thinking, what's going on here? Why is this happening? And it could just very well be that you are having an issue, an error of perception towards what they're saying or doing. That doesn't mean you're wrong, right? It just means that your perceptions aren't lining up. You are having a miscommunication of the way that you perceive the world and the way that that person perceives the world. So always, I would say always, give people the benefit of the doubt when it can happen. Make sure, if you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt, at least allow people to try and repair by clarifying or revisiting or apologizing for what they do. Because again, you never know if it's simply that their perceptions aren't lining up with yours. And, we could talk more about perception in the future. Like I said, it's one of my favorite topics. I used to teach perception when I was back in grad school. For those of y'all who don't know, because I know there's probably a lot of y'all who are newer to the channel, who maybe haven't watched some of my earlier videos where I used to talk about this stuff a lot more, I used to be in grad school for psychology. I have my master's in psychology. I am what's called ABD when it comes to my PhD, because I was working on my PhD at the time. Which means I did not finish my dissertation. I finished all of my testing, all of my coursework. So I've done all of the study that goes into a PhD. And I did actually propose my dissertation, which means I wrote the first draft of it and the expectation of what I would carry out with that research project. But the research project that I was working on, it had to do with a private company that I was going to be researching kind of the effects of that company on my field of study, which was social network analysis at the time. Not like social networks like y'all might think. Like stuff having to do with Facebook and stuff like that, but rather the social networks that happen between people, like in real life. So like your friends are in a social network. You have what are called peers, which are not technically friends, so they're not as close to you. Oh, wrong way. They're not as close to you as your friends, but they still have influence on you. That kind of thing, right? The other people that go to your school, for example. So So I didn't finish that, though. I did not carry out the research project because that company happened to go out of business. And so I was going to have to write a whole other dissertation. And essentially at that point, I was doing Stumpt full time. And so I was like, you know what? I've gotten the learning out of this. I've gotten the experience out of this. I've really enjoyed myself doing this. But, you know, it's time to move on. And that was that. But I don't feel like I wasted that time. I feel like it was very valuable to me. I learned so much, especially about statistics, to be honest, which helps me to like read scientific papers across multiple fields and be able to kind of criticize their methods, or at least scrutinize them to know whether or not what they're saying actually matches what their research showed. Because statistics are a very nuanced field. It's kind of difficult to interpret a lot of times. So anyway, so that's where I'm drawing my knowledge on. For those of y'all who may not know, am I saying that I am an expert? Not necessarily. I do have a much higher than average knowledge of psychology. I wouldn't, I'm somewhere in there. I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I'm not fully up there, I would say. But I certainly do know quite a bit. And I know how to go about looking up and understanding the things that I don't have expertise in when it comes to the field of psychology. So with that, you know, that's where I'm pulling on for these questions. So if you have questions related to this, just know that that's where I'm coming from. So things that I don't know about, I will be sure to tell you, I don't know about that thing, but I will look it up. You know, I will go and look at the research. Because again, like I said, I can understand psychological research and how it is, how the justifications are made for the conclusions that people draw. Okay, so what I was going on about there, because good old ADHD, which we could talk about another time, is that I used to teach perception, and perception is just about how your senses work, how they communicate with your brain, what's actually going on, because at the end of the day, all of your senses are essentially they are evolved machinery. They are tools that are to help you survive. They are not tools to give you an accurate representation of the world. That's a very important thing to understand. There is nothing about your senses that evolved to give you an accurate representation of the world. They are merely to try and get you to survive. They're to give you emotional cues through what you are experiencing to know whether or not you should flee, whether or not you should approach something in terms of maybe a potential food item, how you interpret and experience the social aspects of life and the limitations of that, right? For example, you know, you could have issues with your hearing, you could have issues with your vision. These kinds of things will influence how you experience the world and thus how you interact with others and interact with the world. But also, even if you have quote unquote normal perceptions, average perceptions, again, we don't like to use the word normal, but in this context, I think it helps communicate it. Then, even then, understanding how those systems work will let you know kind of the limitations of what you can actually rely on. So there's lots of kind of perceptual tasks and tests that you can do in order to test kind of how your perceptions work. Super interesting stuff. For example, did you know that within your eye, you have a blind spot? There is literally a hole in your retina through which your optic nerve travels, because all of the information of your retina has to go out somewhere. And for some reason, unlike other species of animals, specifically things like octopus, mammals, and us in particular, have this hole in our retina that allows us to, that sends the information to the rest of your brain. However, you don't experience your vision having a hole in it. Now, do you? Your eyes seem like they're experiencing the whole world through them, right? You're seeing everything. There is a test that you can do. Go look it up online, in which you can find your blind spot and show it to yourself. Because the way that your brain, your eye and your brain work to make up for the blind spot is it fills it in based on the information around it. So as you start to pull away from your blind spot, as you're looking at this black dot on a piece of paper, essentially, is that once you get it in the space of your blind spot, it disappears. You can't see it anymore. It looks like the page just continues. And so, super interesting, right? That's your brain lying to you. That's your eyes lying to you about what it's experiencing, right? Another thing, in your peripheral vision, the edges of your eyes, you do not have color receptors, or very, very, very few. Not enough to truly be able to experience color in the periphery of your vision. However, you don't experience that, do you? The world around you at your periphery, think about it right now as you're looking at this, the very edges of your vision, it looks like it's in color, right? Right now I'm looking to the right of me and I'm seeing, where? Oh, the fish are, I can't use them as bait. I'm looking right now to my, in my periphery, to the right, I see a monitor that is bright blue on the screen. And yet, I can't necessarily guarantee that it is that color. My brain is using cues from the environment and my memory and experience to say, that's what color that is. But let's say I put like a very bright pink over there, but that's not what's usually over there, and it's about the same saturation as the blue. I would continue to perceive it as blue until I look over there. And then once I look over there, my brain has updated and it says, there's pink over there. And so now it'll let me see the correct, quote unquote, color. So that, again, it's your brain lying to you. There are certain things about your perception that your brain just kind of combines together to figure things out. Did I take all of my crab? I hope I didn't take all of my crab. We'll get one more fish. So yeah, knowing that your brain does lie to you, knowing how it lies to you, and also how it constructs your view of the world is, I think, very, very important and useful information to help you know what your limitations are. So yeah, super interesting stuff. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you would like to learn about perception or like for me to talk about, because it is something, like I said, that I'm super fascinated in and love talking about. The other area that I would say I have above, or I have, we'll call this one an expertise, because I did actually teach this one for several years, and this was my primary area of study, is the field of human development. Oh, I need to make some more feed. All right, we'll go figure out what the feed costs again. So human development has to do with how, from birth to death, you develop. So how your brain changes over time, the kinds of skills that you gain, the cognitive abilities, but also the limitations at those different ages. So, you know, a toddler has limitations on how they experience the world versus how an adult would experience the world. And those things cause them to, you know, cause issues when it comes to trying to understand them. Early on in the field of psychology, it was believed that essentially children were like little adults, that they had all of the full capabilities of adult humans, and they just had to be taught how to things about the world, but that there were no limitations to them. They were only limited by the speed of their education. Now we know that that's totally not the case. There are all different kinds of abilities that you utilize, or that not that you utilize, that you gain and lose throughout your development, that are there to help you learn the most important stuff at that time, or experience certain things at that time that you need to be experiencing. Anyway, y'all, there's our first run at Psych Talk here on Epic Chef. I will do another off-the-cuff one next time. Maybe I'll do some human development stuff. And then I will be checking your comments after that, because I'm going to try and record another one of these episodes right away. But with that, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Epic Chef. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Why don't you go ahead and go watch another one of my videos? Maybe some Plate Up, maybe some Overcooked. I don't know. Overcooked's coming next Monday. You probably haven't seen that yet. But, you know, most importantly, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I have been Price, and I will see y'all next time.